What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over a way to shiny hunt 6 alpha Pokemon at the same time in Pokemon Legend ZA. I was tagged on Reddit. One of the highest upvoted things is someone just tagging me. Like, Austin, can you please do this and explain it? Apparently, this was found by someone on Discord called Eagle BMW, but there's weird trackings back about a day before yesterday, so I don't know who first found this. And this is my favorite type of thing where we take something completely useless, like the cloning shinies thing, and we slightly alter it for that to be very beneficial.
Is this safe? Which is always a fun question whenever we cover exploits like this. 100%. Unlike the cloning shinies thing, this is not that at all. You are not cloning anything. You are creating proper instances of spawned Pokemon that in no way, shape, or form can be flagged as being any sort of illegitimate. This is 100% real temporary spawns that you are creating. There is no possible ramifications to this whatsoever. There's a high likelihood they could patch this in a future update just by running like a check on how many Pokemon are currently spawned into the circle. So take advantage of this now. Great.
We figured out what was going on. I tested it, found everything that can go wrong, and I have been shiny hunting this overnight. And what do we have so far? Okay. Pinsir, Sableye, Jolteon, Electros, and there's a Garchomp who isn't shiny. Is that shiny? Let's test the Garchomp. Oh, the Garchomp is shiny. Okay, they're all shiny. This is absolutely insane. Can we do this? Can we nail the thumbnail? All 5, one shot. Pinsir's getting real close. Please. Now I know how moms with like 5 boys feel when they're just trying to get all the kids together for a photo. Come on, everyone get in the photo. Everyone get in the frame. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was a filter. I said a filter by accident. I'm on top of a rock. Okay, I'm dead. I would like to explain what's happening here. First things first is I need to clear out this Pokemon who's gonna make my life a living nightmare, because have you ever tried to catch 5 alpha Pokemon at the same time without drawing each other's attention? It's not easy. It is a pain in the butt, especially because I only use Premier Balls. Great, one down. So what's happening here is there's the 2 spawners that exist underneath the tower. And each one of those 2 spawners is defined that it can have 1 Pokemon in that spawner. 2 separate spawners, 1 Pokemon per spawner. Oh, and this Roserade is shiny. Did not even see him. Her. It's her. Now, I'm very aware that if I just jump into combat and knock out this Pokemon, that there's a high likelihood that it'll catch much easier. Oh, we got it. Great. This Electros has a real garbage catch rate. Now we just need to bring the Electros away from the Garchomp. I said away from Garchomp. Please, away from Garchomp. Okay, it says pretty high. I know Garchomp is def gonna— oh, we didn't get it. The last Pokemon that I caught generated an autosave, so if I just reload, it'll be there. Yep, that absolutely worked. Great. Just the Garchomp left. We got them. 5 of 5. Let me just go get the ones on the perimeter too. Dragalge. Malamar. I'm sorry, that was chaotic. So there are 67 Pokemon that can be here as the static alpha, located right underneath the tower in Wild Zone 20. Of the 2 spawners here, each one is designed to only generate 1 Pokemon at a time. And using the method, like I demonstrated for cloning Pokemon, using that useless method, we're able to take the Pokemon away from the spawner, have 2 new Pokemon show up, do it again, and then have a total of 6 Pokemon present in the middle underneath the tower. It's programmed in the game to preserve this Pokemon, sort of like a failsafe, although it is somewhat unintended behavior because we are exploiting how this works. Now, I've already seen a bunch of variations to set this up. I'm going to be going over the simplest and most fail-safe way to do it. Once you're familiar with how to do it, there are slight optimizations that you can make, but definitely your first time and your second time, you're gonna wanna do it exactly like this. I'm going to wait the 5 minutes for those 2 spawners to reset, and I'm gonna come over here to the Pokemon Center. Now, hear out the explanation before I do the demonstration, as it's probably going to make it a little bit easier to understand, because it's not very complicated, but it's definitely a pain in the butt. It's not super important, but it's very useful. This Pokemon Center here at the north, this is where you are going to be healing up your Pokemon. Along with saving at this Pokemon Center, you want to sleep on a bench until it's daytime. Doing that is going to give you the most time for the day-night cycle. The Pokemon who are in the middle can only go a certain range away from their spawner location, about 50 meters. After that distance, they don't want to go anymore, and they just run back to their spawn. Right about where I am, right at this stream, I'm at the north side, by the way, by the Pokemon Center. This stream is about 50 meters away. Any Pokemon who are here who can be aggressive, meaning all of the starters, if there's any alpha, and the Roserade, please knock them out. They're going to make your life difficult. You don't want to deal with them. The Gardevoir, who are non-alpha, you don't need to worry about. If you die too early, this is not going to work properly, and you're only going to have your non-desired amount. Typically only 2 or 4. Because when you get knocked out, you don't put down an autosave, you could just reload the game, and whatever step that you died on, you can just try it again. Our very first step is that we are going to get the attention of these 2 Pokemon. There are melee attackers who are very easy to work with, and there are ranged attackers who are somewhat more difficult to work with. If the Pokemon has no physical moves that require running up to attack you, we consider them long-range attackers, and they are more cumbersome to deal with, but still can be done. Everything can be done. So the very first step is we're going to get the attention of these Pokemon, and we're going to get them to chase us. We're going to get them to chase us, we're going to run this way, through the gate, and then after we're through the gate, we put down a hard save. Now, there is a slight opportunity that when they both lose aggro, we can immediately drop down a save and save a little bit of time. But if that's not the case, then we're just gonna run through the gate. Get the attention of both of these Pokemon and bring them to the gate. I'm gonna stay in the middle, get ready to roll a lot. Okay, we're still waiting for Klefki to actually decide to run up on us. He has Psychic and Flash Cannon, which are both long-range moves. And now he's chasing us. Good. Good. He's chasing us. Pansage is always gonna chase us. They are both chasing us. This is perfect. We are going, we're gonna go through the door, and then as soon as we're through the door, we immediately put down a save. From here, we restart the game. Once we spawn back in, those 2 Pokemon, their spawners have now moved outside of underneath the tower, and now they're on this walkway. Step 2 is get these Pokemon spawner as close to the gate as possible. So what we just did, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna get the attention of both of the Pokemon. Klefki is more difficult, so we're gonna aim for her first. Great, Klefki is following us. Simisage is bound to follow. Simisage is bound to follow, yes, thank you. To the gate. We lost Simisage. We lost the easy one. Come on, Simisage. Yeah, we're almost here, buddy. Stop gunk-shotting me. Stop gunk-shotting me. Great, they're both here. They're both as close to the gate as possible. We put down another hard save. Now we're gonna once again reboot. If we spawn back in, you'll notice that they're both on the walkway. The closer to the gate, the better. But now that they're both here successfully, we're going to be going about 60 meters away from them. If you look in the direction that we're running, this planted pot right here and this Roserade, somewhere between these 2 points is typically fine. Actually, if I put down a pin right on the gate, how far are we right now? 59 meters. Perfect. I'm gonna put down a save. And just to make sure we didn't screw up, if we get closer, you'll see that Klefki and Simisage are still both there. Now we're gonna once again reboot. One of the things in order for this method to work, I did not mention it before, I forgot to mention it. Scroll down ever so slightly on this video and you're gonna see a button that says subscribe. Make sure you hit that button. Make sure you hit that button because otherwise the method, it might just not work altogether. I don't know. No one has ever been crazy enough to try it. And now we run back to the tower. The 2 Pokemon are at the gate. They were never despawned. We don't have a conflict Pokemon right here, otherwise we would clear them. Now we need to make sure we don't run too far from these 2. And boom, we have 2 more underneath the tower. So now with the attention of all 4 Pokemon, again, do not run too far away from those 2 because they're gonna run back to the gate. So you can't run more than 70 meters from the gate. We got Dedenne, we need Heracross. Heracross, yeah, come on, come on. Perfect, we have their attention, they are chasing us. We lost Heracross, we have to go back. Great, we have Heracross's attention, we have Dedenne's attention. Both of them are following us, we are gonna run to the gate as fast as possible. Dedenne started running back, but that's fine, we put down a hard save. Wherever these Pokemon are currently saved is where their new spawners are. We're gonna go ahead, turn the game off, turn it back on. So we spawn into the world, we have all 4 Pokemon. Now we need to get all of them on top of the gate. Wait till Dedenne recovers. Dedenne, come after me. Yep, come on. Everyone this way. Everyone this way. Perfect. Everyone is at the gate. We're gonna go through and we're gonna save the game. Now we're going to once again reboot the game. And now we use this opportunity to make sure that the gang is all here. They should be right by the fence. If they are all right by the fence, easiest way to do this is to get all of their attention and then run through the gate. That's going to bring them close to the gate. And we once again run close to the Roserade after the planter. Right there, and we put down a hard save. Now there is a chance that this will only work and give you 5 Pokemon, and there is a chance that this will work and give you 6 Pokemon. It all had to do with what we believe is the exact specific location on the 4 Pokemon when you put down that hard save. I have gotten it to work with Pokemon not close to the gate. If you look at this clip right here with Flareon being pretty far from the gate, you'll see that I wasn't close and it definitely worked. And then I've been in situations with larger model Pokemon that it was less successful and I only got 5. And great news, the hardest part is now over. We have all 4 of our Pokemon right by the gate. Heracross is a little far. That's fine, we're gonna run with it. So now, just like before, we got all 6. Perfect. We have these 4, we can't run too far away, and now we have to get the attention of these 2 Pokemon. The Simipour and the Frostlass. Simipour and Frostlass are now chasing me. Frostlass decided to take a chill out break. Pro tip, don't die. I died. Because when you get knocked out, you don't put down an autosave, you could just reload the game, and whatever step that you died on, you can just try it again. We're now running back to the plaza. We have our 4 Pokemon at the gate. Underneath the plaza, we have our 2 new ones. Oh, great. Krokorok and Leafeon. These ones are a little bit easier. Krokorok, you see me, right? You see me? Yep. Now I just need you 2 to chase after me. We got Leafeon. Krokorok, you gonna chase me? Come on, chase me. 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 Good. Good. We have their attention. Perfect. They are running toward us. Run to the gate as fast as you can. And then immediately put down a hard save. And reset the game. Now the very last step is to get all 6 of these Pokemon as close to the gate as possible. Perfect. They are all right here. This is an optional step that makes it a little bit safer, more of a fail-safe. I'm gonna go ahead and put down a save with all of them. Oh, we exactly hit 380 hours. Cool. Right by the gate. And with all of them here, see how Krokorok immediately ran away? That's the reason that we put down that hard save. So now all 6 of the spawners are on the gate. We load back into the game. All 6 Pokemon are here. From here, you get knocked out. Just stand in the middle, as close to the gate as you can, and just let them go at you. And you are then transported to the Pokemon Center. Night's falling over the city, but that's fine. If we look back at where we were at the gate, they are all gone. Let's wait for the day-night cycle to shift. It changing to night right now is not part of the strategy. In fact, it can only change day or night cycle after you're done with the strategy. You can only get knocked out after you are done with the strategy. We are currently done with the strategy. If it turns to day or night before this point, you may have to restart the whole process by knocking out or catching all of the alpha Pokemon. So here we are, Wild Zone 20, we walk to the middle, and all 6 of the Pokemon that were at the gate are now here. And you'll notice they're all different. The only one that's the same, and it's not the same Pokemon, it's just the same species, is that Simisage over there. We have Simisage, Goodra, Gengar, Medicham, Noibat, and Vaporeon. And that's it. You have successfully done this. You brought the spawner on the north side from 1 Pokemon to 3, and you brought the spawner on the south side from 1 Pokemon to 3. And they're gonna remain here. You can do whatever you want. This is a failsafe baked into the game. So if you go ahead and fast travel to the other side of the map, to Wild Zone 13, if you spawn in a whole bunch of Pokemon, if you wait a few hours, if you do the day-night cycle, whatever you do, it does not matter. These Pokemon are now going to be here. You're good. I just fast traveled away and I came back and boom, 3 and 3. Just like that, I can come over here and I can sleep on this bench. What a nice bench. Let's kill some time. Is this the first time that the game has said that you can kill something Pokemon ever as a series? I think it is. And we spawn in, we have 3 and 3. And you've done it. Congratulations. If you wanted to do a shiny hunt now, it's very simple. If you want a shiny hunt by fast traveling to Wild Zone 20 and walking forward, spawning in all 6, not seeing the ones that you want and running away, and then re-fast traveling, you could. Or you just run south, despawn 3 of the 6, run closer, spawn those 3 in, and you don't get what you want, and then you run away. And it's really that simple. Now, this method used to work for spawning in 1 alpha at a time, and now you're spawning in 3 at a time. So for this specific method, you're now being 3 times as efficient. I just got a shiny Flareon by doing this. You just saw that happen. I did not even cut it. Thank you, Shiny Charm. And of course, because that's a shiny Pokemon, it's saved to the game's memory, and as I walk back, it's there. It's going to be one of the 3 spots, not always in the same place, and this T-Tar has chosen violence. I fast traveled back, and boom, Flareon is still there. That is a shiny, it is locked in place, it is always going to remain there until we have, 10 more shiny Pokemon on the map. And we can just keep walking away and keep walking back. And the same way I just got that Flareon to show up, you can shiny hunt 3 Pokemon at a time. And this is an active way of playing the game and shiny hunting for something. If you have a turbo controller and a rubber band, you can come over here and just hang out on the bench. And then come closer. You don't get what you want. Go back to the bench and sleep, which if you have the ability to program a macro on a controller, then doing that, very simple thing to do. I came back real quick to measure the times for just benching without running forward and back, and we got shiny T-Tar and Flareon. That's pretty great. Do keep in mind that once one of these Pokemon is shiny, you're now going to be at a theoretical greater amount of time until the next shiny shows up, because now instead of 6 slots that can roll, you only have 5 slots that can roll. So it is a sense of diminishing returns. In mathematics, anytime that there's 3 or more, it is going to be advantageous. Once you start hitting only 4 Pokemon, you start getting to a point of diminishing returns. So it's up to you if you want to wait till all 6 are shiny, or 5 or 4. But definitely once 4 are shiny, you want to restart the process over for, math to be on your side. I've even seen a new shiny hunting method that is probably the worst one ever, which is run around the circle and use L as a turbo. That way your camera is aligned behind you. Might be the worst method I've ever seen. As far as time efficiency, plus you need a turbo controller. If I just have my character run toward the middle, run away from the middle, and sleep on the bench, that is how I shiny hunted all these Pokemon overnight. And you saw the results at the beginning of the video. Some other notes. I'm pretty sure instead of getting knocked out at the very end, you can just sleep on a bench or fast travel back to the middle. These are real spawners, or expanded spaces in a singular spawner that currently exists, more specifically. So that Flareon's just gonna remain there. I don't need to be in any sort of radius. I can progress with the game, I can do whatever I want, and as long as I don't get more than 10 shiny Pokemon on the map, it will always be there as shiny.
And thank you to everyone who was testing this with me last night, Anubis, Kurt, M Dash, who pretty much wrote a guide on how to do this. Everyone else who was in the Discord chatting about the strategy, so thank you to you guys for that.
Shiny Hunt Alphas, some of the best and the widest pool in the entire game, 3 times as efficiently, is fantastic. Well guys, I want to know what you think about this. Leave a comment down below. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin China.
Man, they see me shining like I got the charm. Stay strapped, got that jet ball in my palm. Fell from the sky, guess I'm the chosen one. And if you need to know how, check out Austin John. Champion flow, yeah. I got that champion flow.